Good morning. It is officially time. If you live anywhere with brutal winters like we do at Wilder Path Farm, you know that sometimes your training schedule just pauses between colds, the footing, juggling lessons, and the other horses. Amora had the winter off. And honestly, I'm not mad about it. She's 5. She's still growing, still developing mentally and physically. Time off isn't a bad thing, but restarting them thoughtfully is everything. She's been living out, moving her body, being a horse, which I actually love for young horses. It keeps their minds fresh. But today we're stepping back into work mode. First things first, tying. This is something I don't skip over, especially with young horses. You'll see here that she gets a little silly and manages to get her head stuck, which honestly is such a young horse moment. What I love and what I've worked really hard to install in her is that she does not panic at all. I don't even notice it at first. I'm just adjusting and fiddling around with the saddle, and that right there is huge.
Did you get yourself stuck? It's okay. Okay. I'll be getting unstuck. Hold on. Did you get yourself stuck? Well, good girl for not panicking.
Teaching horses how to tie properly and how to regulate themselves when they feel pressure is one of the most important foundational skills. A horse that panics at pressure is dangerous. A horse that thinks through pressure is trainable. And this is why we spend so much time on the ground and life skills, not just riding. When I saddle her after time off, I move slower than usual. I watch her expression, I watch her breathing, I tighten the cinch gradually. I don't just yank that sucker up super tight because I wouldn't want that either. You'll notice as I'm doing the cinch up that it's actually very loose. This is intentional because I'm going to tighten this about maybe 5 more times before she actually starts really working. Even if they've done this 100 times, I treat it like number 1. Young horses deserve that respect. Walking out to the arena, I'm just letting her look around. No pressure, no agenda, just awareness. Okay, so this was yesterday, and this is real life with a young mare after time off. She was fresh, a little excited, not naughty, just expressive. And this is why I don't just hop on. Lunging the day before, let me see where her brain and body was at without escalating anything, like you see here. She's so funny. I want forward, I want energy, but I also want her to come back to me. And by the end of this session yesterday, she was already settling. That's the sign I look for. And now today, different energy entirely. The sun is out a little bit, she's relaxed, her eye is soft. I tighten the cinch again slowly and just let her stand, no rushing. Honestly, I have to remind myself quite often to not rush. This is one of my bad habits. And look at this. She walks out like she never missed a day. This is what good foundation gives you. Not tension, not explosions, just quiet confidence. Boundaries are very important, so when she invades my space, I back her up, leave her where she is, and get my space back. We walk. We trot, we canter, and she doesn't put a foot wrong. No rushing, no bracing, no attitude. This is what I mean when I say that groundwork and mental preparation matter more than miles under the saddle. Of course, I want to ride her. Of course, I want to go fast. Of course, I want to put lots of miles on her under saddle, but I can't until she's mentally ready. This right here, this is what I was hoping for. Look at that trot. It's not rushed. It's not tight. It's just steady and swinging. And you can see her back starting to move again. I tighten the cinch again to ensure that everything is nice and tight before we canter. Her neck was stretching forward instead of bracing up. That's what I watch for. You can tell she's thinking instead of reacting. Her ears are soft, she's checking in, and her body just looks happy to move. That's such a great sign in a 5-year-old. All right, here's the canter, and this is usually what you see if there's going to be any winter opinions. But look at her. She steps into it so quietly. No leaping, no tail swishing, no bucking or bronking, no tension through her back. Just soft and slow, balanced apart. She settles right into the rhythm. This is what happens when you build the foundation before you build the speed. She's not explosive because she understands the job. She's not anxious because she trusts the process. And honestly, this is the kind of restart that makes the slow, sometimes boring groundwork worth it. Look at how she carries herself. She's forward, but she's not running. She's listening even without me on her. She's regulating her own energy. That's maturity. And for a 5-year-old mare after a winter off, I'll take that all day long. You can almost see her confidence growing with each stride. Like she's remembering, oh yeah, I know how to do this. And that's the goal. Not perfection, not pressure, just quiet confidence. Now, here's where I test her. I swing the stirrups, I bounce beside her, I pull on that saddle, I rock it back and forth. Why? Because I want to know if she's truly with me, or just tolerating things. But she's completely unfazed. She'd rather just a cuddle. That tells me she's ready for the next step. See her face? She doesn't care.
Can you drop that? Ma'am! Always trying to find a toy, huh?
Now, I didn't actually get on her in this video, and that was intentional. My son was napping, and there wasn't anyone home to give me an extra set of hands. And with young horses, I don't cut corners just because they seem good. Confidence doesn't mean recklessness. I don't have anything to prove. So instead of rushing it, we end on a positive note. And that means the next video will be her first ride back after winter. And I am so excited.
You're such a cool horse, you know that?
After every session, especially restart days, I want them to feel like they won. So I undo her cinch and take off her tack. I talk to her and tell her how good of a girl she is.
You're such a cool horse, you know that? How could you just stand there all tied? Like you're like 10 years old or something in your prime. Yet here you are. You're only 5. Well, I guess I'll take this off. Ready? Now pull it off. Good job. Let me go put this on the stove.
She gets a little treat for being such a good girl. Lots of scratches, untucked slowly. I groom her again after work because that's when I really feel anything tightening up. But she stayed soft. I'm using grooming time to check her whole body. After a winter off, I'm feeling for soreness, tightness, changes in muscle, any sensitivity around the girth or back area. 5-year-olds can change a lot over a few months, and she feels great, relaxed, soft, happy. That's exactly what I want. And of course, kisses and cuddles. I really believe that relationship is the foundation of everything we do, especially with young mares. They're sensitive. They're wicked smart. They remember how you make them feel. Today, she felt confident, and that's the whole goal. Restarting a young horse after time off doesn't need to be dramatic. It needs to be thoughtful, intentional, slow. Winter breaks don't ruin horses. Poor restarts do. So if you're bringing one back into work, take your time. Watch their brain, watch their body, and don't rush the first ride just because you can. You'll see in the next video, where we finally swing a leg over a moor again, and I cannot wait.